Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to check out the Stam Sorc two-hander build for the Dragonhold DLC. I'm Alcast from alcasthq.com. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. So Stam Sorcs perform really well in this update. In the first part, I will talk about the basics of the build. Second part, I'm going to show you the combat metrics, parse, the rotation, and at the end I will show you the outfit. So I'm running the Shadow Mundus Stone. Like always, it's just simply the best option. I'm an orc. All stamina-based setups work. When you're a red guard or a wood elf, you can probably run blue food. I talk more about that on the written guide on the website, link in the description. It also has like beginner setups, and it just explains everything more in depth. Orc is nice. It gives you 258 weapon damage, 2k stamina, and 1k health. Now the 1k health is important because we combine this with Arteum Takeaway Broth. Usually you would have too low health, but because we are an orc, we get 1k extra health, then this is fine, because this here gives us so much extra stamina recovery, which we really need as an orc. So it's a very good option. You could run Dubious too if you want to. Weapon power, potions give me brutality, savagery, endurance. And now, very important, alchemy. You need medicinal use. You need to level this up. I have a leveling guide on the website. It takes you like an hour. If you're good, 20 minutes to get this to 50. This here increases your potion duration to 47 seconds. And the potion cooldown is 45 seconds. That means you can keep up all the effects 100%. Means you need to keep using potions every 45 seconds if you can afford it. It will increase your damage by a lot. You can be a vampire if you want for the 10% extra stamina recovery. Just keep in mind, if you're in a dungeon or trial that has fire damage, you might want to reduce your stage, otherwise you will get grilled like cheese. Sets, Belly Dref is the best option for most people. You could run Marcelok if you prefer to Bash Weave. A Bash Weave is quite expensive and a lot of people forget it, so Belly Dref is definitely the better option. Relican is the best single target set. Now a lot of people like make a mistake. When you have several targets you swap between, like to attack. Relican is useless, okay? Because Relican needs time to build up stacks. So if you only focus one target, you want Relican. If you focus several targets, you could run Advancing Yokida, you could run Zogwin instead. There's a lot of good other options. So that's one thing you need to remember. Then the other set, Lokestits. And again, it doesn't matter whether you have imperfect or perfect. They're so much better. Even if you have the imperfect version, they're still better than most other sets. Lokestits, it gives you Major Slayer for 15 seconds, that's 15% extra damage. That's like, you want this. It drops in Sunspire, go get it. I front bar this only because I only activate synergies on the front bar. Now, you need synergies to activate this, that's the only really problem you have, but in a dungeon or a raid there should always be synergies. 3 Bloodthirsty, full weapon damage. Here I have all divine, stamina enchants, 7 medium. That's with every stamina build. Front bar, we have an Axe. You want the Axe, it's 4k free DPS because of the bleed. Sharpened, with damage, health, poisons. I tell you how to craft them on my website if you don't know how. Same with the potions. Master's Bow on the back bar. You can run a Master or a Maelstrom Bow, it doesn't matter. We have a 14 to 15 seconds rotation here. I tried a 10-second rotation. It doesn't really give me more DPS, but sustain is harder, so I just chose to go with a 14 seconds rotation, or even 15, whatever you prefer. So the difference between Master and Maelstrom is not big, because the the poison injection is only up, like it's 10 seconds up, then it has a 5 seconds cooldown, like downtime. But I will show you that in a second. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever floats your boat. Champion points. pretty standard setup for a two-hander build. Now for the red perks. In the trial section on my website, I do have an article on how to optimize these for each trial. Because each trial has different effects and so on, so you want to optimize your damage mitigation to take less damage. Skills. So we have Barb Trap, gives you minor force. Reverse Slice, this is your execute. It's 1500. It's so cheap. It's very powerful, it has splash damage. I don't use the other morph Executioner, which is single target. Because most of the times you have trash mobs anyway or ads in boss phases, so this actually really helps dealing with them. Wrecking Blow, you're spammable, it deals a lot of damage, buffs your light attacks. Like your next light attack. Then Bound Armaments gives you 8%, like while slotted your max stamina is increased by 8%. And light attack damage is increased by another 10%. So we have a lot of light attack damage here, which is nice. And we also weave this every 4th light attack. We use this, it deals a lot of damage. Brawler is mostly here if you need a shield. Like sometimes you drop low on health, you can do this. If you hit an enemy with it, you get a pretty nice shield. Dawnbreaker. We never really use this apart from trash fights. Other than that, this is just here for the little bit of weapon damage that we get from Slayer. Passive. Backbar. Endless Hail has a 14 seconds duration. Just let this keep rolling. Hurricane. 15 seconds. Gives you resistances, so you take less damage and deals nice damage. Poison Injection. Your single target damage over time. The only reason we really use this is because of the Master's Bow. Right? If you run the Maelstrom Bow, you could actually run Consuming Trap there to increase your sustain. Bound Armaments again, because again, max stam, light attack. Crit Surge for a little bit healing. You could slot Vigor here as well if you want to. Up to you. Storm Atronach is your single target ultimate. It deals a lot of damage even though it's a Magicka based ultimate. And your allies can activate the synergy to get 25% more damage for 8 seconds, which is crazy. But that's the skills. Not a lot changed, but Bound Armaments is new. So what does this do? Basically, when you light attack, it gives you a stack. Then after 4 stacks, you can shoot it. Looks nice. I made a video about this as well. Just a few days ago. And then it shoots them. So it's really, really nice. And when we look at combat metrics, parse, I did a lot. These are just a few. Let's take, I don't know, 87. Yeah, okay, let's see. Bound Armaments, 8k DPS. That's a lot of damage, I guess. So you really, like, this is a nice addition to the layout, the overall build setup. Light attack, 12k damage. That's just one, right? We have even more down here, so it's 14k light attack damage overall. Wrecking Blow, 12k. Executioner, 10k. And you see the max hit, it's like 130k. With Reverse Slice, it's a little bit lower, maybe 110, 120, but it doesn't matter. It's still more damage than anything else. But because this was a full target dummy build here. Relican, then Bound Armaments, and that's the Storm Atronach. This is the bleed, 4.6k damage for doing nothing. Okay, that's 3 DPS. Hurricane, Endless Hail. Poison Injection. Poison Injection overall is 3.2k, but that's like, we don't keep it up all the time. Before I showcase the rotation, go to your gameplay, quick cast, ground abilities. This needs to be on, because that way, when you activate the ability, like Endless Hail, it immediately procs. You can do a light attack into that. Otherwise, you have to press the button twice and you will lose time. Same with the Atro. It immediately procs. You save so much time if you have this on. It will take you a little bit of practice to get used to it, because you need to aim at the right place instantly. You don't have time to really find the sweet spot, but just got a L2P. Figure this out. When we look at the overall rotation, so it's 14 to 15 seconds. I usually track Hurricane, and then 1 second before it runs out, I drop Trap, Light Attack, Weapon Swap, Hail, Hurricane, Poison Injection, Weapon Swap. So just to slowly explain this again. When Hurricane drops low, I drop my Trap, Light Attack, Weapon Swap, Endless Hail, Light Attack, Hurricane, Light Attack, Poison Injection, Weapon Swap, Light Attack. That's the back bar rotation, or like the 15 seconds rotation. And the rest of the time, what you do is you Wrecking Blow your way to victory, basically, okay? Wrecking Blow, Light Attack, Wrecking Blow, Light Attack. And every time you have 4 stacks of bound armaments, you shoot it instead of Wrecking Blow. And then you just continue to spam this juicy skill. That's the whole rotation. Now, you want to be on the front bar as much as possible. So that's why I emphasize on light attack. So I drop my trap, I do a light attack, and then I weapon swap into Endless Hail. Not the other way around, right? Trap, light attack, weapon swap ability. Light attack, hurricane, light attack, poison injection, and now I immediately weapon swap, and then I do a light attack on this bar. You want to do more light attacks on the front bar than on the back bar. That's what you just have to learn with every build. Another thing I want to note is that when you do ability, you go back bar, light attack, Endless Hail. It costs you more time, okay? It costs you more time. Because it's just smoother when you do trap, light attack, weapon swap. It's faster a little bit. Weapon swap, animation cancelling. There's an article on my website about the weaving too. If you want to go check it out, do that. It's in the beginner section. So that's this. Now to showcase you this in fast action or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. So I reapply all this stuff. And on the front bar I weave this. Now I just spam Wrecking Blow, bound armament, easy peasy. It has a 14 seconds cast time, so it's not a problem. Didn't go off, great. So you don't necessarily need a buff tracker for this. Because what I basically do, or like it more or less fits into the 15 seconds rotation, is I activate this twice. So I spam Wrecking Blow, still I can activate this. Wrecking Blow this, and then I use trap and I weapon swap. The full rotation is on the website. Probably easy to understand there on how to look at it. But yeah. That's why this here is 16, it holds 18 seconds. This here is 14, this here is 15, this is 10. So I tried a 10-second rotation, it's not worth it. So I just usually rotate around Hurricane. So I keep this up, Hurricane and Trap, and then this runs out a little bit, but it doesn't matter that much. It's literally like, yeah, that's how I got my parse basically. And I did a lot of tests, trust me, these here are just a few. You might ask, why don't we use dots? Where did all the dots go? They're just not worth it anymore. It's too low damage. You could add more dots, but it will not increase your DPS. That's simply the truth. Maybe the patch after Dragonhold, they might buff them a little bit again, and it might become worth it again. But yeah, for now, this is the setup. Now in the Target Dummy parse, I actually use the pet, but while the pet might increase your damage on the target dummy, it will be useless in a dungeon or trial because it literally gets killed by a mud crab, and that's not a joke, okay? It just dies way too fast. Takes away healing and so on. So I would not recommend run this. It also doesn't really fit into this, it's shitty pets. Anyway, that's the setup. Let's check out the outfit real quick. Like always, if there is changes happening throughout the patch, I will update them on the website, because I can change stuff and update things on the website all the time. It's all of scale breaker, scale caller, outfit style. Here I have Soul Stream and Battle Axe. This year's Cesic, whatever you pronounce that. I definitely butchered this. Anyway, Legate black. Then here I have Red Diamond Red, Palatine Coral. That's the whole outfit. Yeah, so again, always check out the website for updated stuff. I try to have everything updated by the time the patch drops usually, so we should be good to go. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. You can watch more videos here and hit that juicy like button. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.